Hello and welcome once again to In Search of the Ancient Crafters. I'll be your host for this hour program. My name is Red Hawk. You know, in the beginning of time, we're out here in this natural environment with Mother Earth. Back in the old days, an old man had told me a story once a long time ago that all of our people lived above the sky. And the sky was suspended by four cords which represented the north, the east, the south, and the west. And all of our people lived above this rock sky where it was very crowded. And then one day the little water beetle came down to explore the vast sea beneath the sky to see if there was enough room for all of our people to live. But when he came down, he found only water. So he dove beneath the water and he surfaced with mud, and that mud began to grow until it formed the islands of the world, and then it returned back to the sky. And as time went on, they sent forth the great vulture, and the turkey vulture came and he flew around to see if the land was dry enough for our people. But as he flew, he became tired. And everywhere his great wings had touched the earth, there it was still soft, and he created the valleys. And when he lifted his wings up, he created the great mountains. And that's why our homeland is covered with valleys and mountains today. But the people who lived above the sky were afraid that he was going to turn all of the land into valleys and mountains. So they quickly called him back home. And as time went on, the land became dry enough for our people. But it would take 7 days to complete the journey from the world above to the world below. And the Creator in his wisdom had asked that all of the people stay awake for 7 days to pay honor and to give respect for the people who had created the world. But like most people, some of them fell asleep. And out of all of the animal people that we see outside today, some of the animals like the owl and the panther and many others that stayed awake, well, they were given the powers to see in the night. And they had the ability to hunt those animals that fell asleep. And out of all of the tree people, the trees that we see outside here today, like the pine, the spruce, the laurel, and the holly, and many others that stayed awake, where they were given the powers to stay green all year round and never to lose their leaves in the winter, like those that fell asleep. And you can imagine it was a great and glorious day when the world was completed for our people. My name is Red Hawk, and the tribe I belong to is the Cherokees out of North Carolina, and we're happy to be here today in our homeland in searching of the ancient crafters and making today traditional dream catchers. Now, back in the old days when the spirits came down to this world, the ancient spirits, the old spirits, used to haunt the native people. And of course, the tree people and the bird people and all the other people that lived around us felt sorry for the Indian people. So they all held council and got together one day. And in this big council, they had come up with this ideal of a dream catcher. Now, of course, there's a lot of Native American tribes that make different types of dream catchers, but the symbolism of the dream catcher is still the same today. We take the trees that Mother Earth had given us, and the trees gave up part of their branches to make what we call the sacred hoop of life. And the sacred hoop has no beginning and no end to it. And the bird people gave up part of their wings so that the dream catchers would fly true in the wind when they're held at nighttime over the place where you sleep. And of course, the deer people gave up part of their selves, the hide, and used to make the leather that hangs down from the dream catchers with the feathers or hanging down from the four directions. The little people that swim in the ocean, they gave up their shells. So everything that moves and creeps and crawls and moves upon Mother Earth gave a part of themselves in order to make what we call today a dream catcher. So today we're in the homeland of North Carolina, and we're in search of an ancient crafter by the name of Swamp Rat, who's going to help us out today and make what we call dream catchers. And I'll be your host. Stay tuned, and I hope you enjoy.